yellow. Okay, that was it. We're gonna watch. I play Animal Crossing for 300 hours. We're gonna watch that and just react. So, yeah, let's go.
This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Why am I whispering?
Okay, that doesn't look like a restaurant.
Alright guys, so there's two things I need to address. First, the title for this video was supposed to say week and not 300 hours, but I have a very valid reason for that, and that's because second, I formed an addiction. Let me show you what it's like going from a deserted island filled with weeds and trees to having a fully furnished public restroom. Day 0. I landed on an island with 2 plebs, Deirdre the deer, and a Twitter famous penguin.
Okay, this man is lucky. He's very lucky to get these villagers. So I know which villagers he gets next. Can't believe he hasn't gotten lucky.
Our island's native fruit was cherries, so 2 fruit for the price of 1. Sure, they're small, but do you think Rold has to compensate for anything? No, the buff penguin does not have to compensate for anything. Tom then just huddled us all together and was like, alright guys, what should we name the island? Goonville. Oh, wait, you're serious?
Goonville, that's perfect. If that was from somewhere, please tell me.
I guess, sure. It's a bit weird, but yeah, let's go for it. Goonville. No, actually, I don't like it anymore. Can we change it? No. I went to my tent to take a quick snooze, and I dreamt of a celebrity explaining me game mechanics and calling me Daddy-O. I woke up to Nook giving me immediate debt and an iOS device. And me staying up late into the morning turned out to be very eventful. I learned to craft, Rold gave me a cool hat, I got stung by wasps, taken out by a tarantula, and it wasn't even official launch day yet. And just by doing measly tasks here and there, I was unlocking loads of DIY recipes. Fished up a boot, DIY recipe. Stung by bees, DIY recipe. Digging up clams, no thank you. And after ravaging the island of all its resources and critters, I headed over to Nook's tent and dumped all my fishing bugs into his paws. I'm gonna go get the owl. But why in this game does Blathers get special treatment whilst other special characters are tended to menu selections? Why can't it be that if I keep sending letters the post office opens up? Or if I keep looking in the mirror and changing my hair, Nook will come along and be like, dude, slow down, alright? Let's get the poodle to do this for you. But of course, Tom plays favourites over here and he invites Blathers to come over and set up a tent in Goonville. But like, in what reality would someone agree to pack up their entire life and move to an island named Goonville? Day 1, I woke up. To a house! Mr. Nook definitely deserves 100,000 bells for building a house in 5 hours. And now that Blathers is here, I can finally dump every fish, fossil, and bug into his face until he agrees to build a beautiful museum in less than 2 days. Blathers also seems to be full of insightful facts about every donation you bring to him. Did you know loaches taste terrible in the beak? When trying to build Timmy and Tommy's store, I couldn't get enough iron to build it in 1 day because you need 30. So I bought a Nook Miles ticket and headed over to a new island. But someone's here. A lone survivor. A dog named Cookie. She was nice, but most importantly, not ugly. So I invited her to
Literally,
Goonville.
the animation of her
Every day
looks so much
I felt like
better
there was a new
of her in
cute
the
thing
game.
of the day. Tommy drinking orange.
The animation character that he made for her looks so much better than Cookie in the game. For some reason, to me.
Juice. The villagers singing. This squat toilet I got from a balloon. According to Nook, the museum had a minor setback, so it'll be open tomorrow. Yo, Blathers is gonna be fucking terrified. So I went over to speak to Nook, and he told me, alright mate, so you gotta place down 3 residential homes and then decorate them in a specific way. Some items inside, some items outside. Okay, cool. Where are the items? No, you make them yourself with like iron and stuff. So doing all of that sucked, but once I finished it, Nook gave me fencing in exchange. Finally, segregation! You know, it's not for anything in particular. It's just for the ugly villagers. From a balloon I popped, I got a basketball hoop. And so I decided to build 50% of a basketball court and have some friends over to judge my island. And after messing around with patterns to build the basketball court, I thought, how do I be more like Twitter? So it turns out there's this website called acpatterns.com and you can upload any image from your computer and it turns it into...
You should go check that out because that's actually very cool. An image.
Animal Crossing pattern. And so after discovering this amazing tool, I invited my friends back over and showed them what I created.
Oh, that's
Going to the greatest mural
Oh
of
my
all
God.
time. And Kurt took a whiz of my public urinal. Day 3, the museum is finally open, Cookie finally moved in, and I finally paid off my loan. It's day 3. Today I also came across a bamboo island. Until I made that island bamboozled. Another island I went to actually had this very cute koala. So I brought him back with me. Oh my god, his face!
His name is
In the
Ozzy.
evening, me and a bunch of friends got together and played zombies on someone's island.
I had Ozzy actually in my old Animal Crossing down.
Once one player decided to be the zombie, everyone else goes and hides. And then the zombie is supposed to go around and try and catch everyone to turn them into zombies. It's really fun, but it's super hard to distinguish who's a zombie just by seeing who's holding a net. So we made this rule that if you become a zombie, you just put on a hat. Day 4, the best day because today's my birthday. Day 4 birthday, yeah! I woke up to be blindfolded.
Congrats.
And taken to a surprise party. Whoa! There was piñatas, cupcakes,
Congratulations.
presents. The last one mainly from balloons. So you're supposed to give your villagers cupcakes and they give you presents in exchange. But I only have 4 villagers in my town and one only just moved in. So, wow, I really don't have that many friends. Anyway, so for most of my birthday, I built up this cool area to try and convert some acquaintances. But like 5 minutes before I opened my gates, my friend Kat said I could use a bunch of their decorations. So then the party went from, oh, this is rustic and cool and groovy to... But seriously, having all my friends come over and party on my island was so much fun.
Why was this lit? Why did I have a really good time, actually?
This is one of those parties which we're going to talk about for years and years. Like, there's YouTube parties, but then there's my birthday in Animal Crossing.
No human interaction. Day 6. I had a party at Madz's Animal Crossing Island. Best time of my life.
Day 5. Tom Nook announced that someone named Maple moved in. Who's that?
Literally,
You are never leaving the island. Nook
This man
also
is
announced
getting-
for residential service.
so many good villagers. While we're out here spending like 500 Nook Mile tickets just trying to find Maple.
This is going under construction tomorrow. So that means I have to listen to this tune for 2 more days? Do-do. 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 Another thing which happened today was the tailor's shop opened. And earlier in the week, I designed my t-shirt in-game, so I displayed it at the Able Sisters, and now all my villagers are wearing my merch. Nice job, guys. I love free advertisement. I also paid off my second loan. According to Nook, yes, your room is more roomier. Yes. And later in the day, I did some spring cleaning and planned on burning some assignments. I also made this. Day 6. My morning started with getting stung by wasps, so I went over to Rold in hopes that he would give me medicine to treat my wounds, but instead he said, I'm looking at something I really don't want to see. Oh wait, it's you! I guess I got stung in multiple ways. Whoa! It was about to change months, so all the fish and bugs would be changing too, and so this was my final chance till December to catch a stringfish. So I proceeded to spend a very long time making bait and attempting to catch one, because they're very rare and very annoying. So after spending over an hour of chucking bait and attempting to catch one, I was just done. I couldn't play anymore. I was too peeved off by this stupid fish. So I took a break, went to go have dinner, came back, and the first fish I caught was a stringfish. Today was also the day where I discovered the cure to sadness. And then I accidentally hit Maple in the head trying to catch a common butterfly. Day 7, Town Hall updated, and you know what that means.
Isabel!
I can finally listen to Owly music. To quickly rank the Owly music, 2 p.m. sucks, 12 p.m. is my favorite, and 3 a.m. is 3 a.m. And after day 7 is when I started to lose track of time. Week 2, day... My first week in this game was fantastic. But my second week... Does anybody mind if we skip week 2? Once you build a campsite, the first villager that turns up, you have to invite to your
I
town.
got
You
you.
can't deny them or get a new villager to
I didn't realize he was actually pretty popular, so...
I spent 50,000 bells just to move my campsite in hopes that he would just leave, but he didn't, he stayed! So, I had to invite hippops to my village. I learned pitfalls from a DIY recipe, and I haven't used them for anything but to humiliate hippops. After a couple days passed, I kind of realized that
I don't even have
maybe
the
he would have a
pitfall
better home
recipe
somewhere
yet.
else. Sorry, that was an excuse. I just didn't want to look at him anymore. So I borrowed my friend's amiibo card of Amelia to replace the creature. However, since I didn't want to look at this guy's face immediately, I decided to time skip. And I learned my lesson because I glitched it, and now I'm stuck with his house. Even though it's Amelia, it's his color palette, so I'm always reminded of a mistake I made. I had one plot which I didn't even go and get a villager for, it just said sold, and then this mouse appeared. And you know what? She's fine, I guess, you know? I don't really have any strong opinions on her. But literally the very next day after she moved, she asked to leave. No, don't leave, you buffoon. You just got here, you know? Stay a while and enjoy life on Goonville. We haven't even gotten to know each other yet. But then, after I said she could stay, I realized that this mouse is very, very mean, and I was filled with regret. So whilst I was dealing with... I tried going to some Nook Mile Islands to find cute villagers to recruit to, like, balance out the ugliness. Hornsby, yeah, you're not ugly. Come along to Goonville. Sid, loving your hair. You're coming with me. Phil, you're really cool, but I already have a villager of sparkly eyes, so maybe next time. Okay, final Nook Miles ticket. Whoever this is, I gotta get him.
Hey, Phil?
He was a pheasant named Phil, and I said no. For an office horse!
Actually, I mean, I'd probably take her over Phil, to be honest.
Now that I had enough villagers and my island was at 3 stars, KK Slider thought Goonville was cool enough to play every Saturday for free. This also meant I finally unlocked terrain tools. And by now, I used the stock market to make like 2 million bells, but then all my savings evaporated when I started building bridges, building inclines, and moving buildings. So I didn't have any money, I didn't have any fill, but I caught a swordfish that day, so who cares? Week 3, day... This week marks the beginning of cherry blossom season, but it also marked the start of... My friend Darren didn't get notified to update his game for Bunny Day, and later in the week he asked me, why is everyone complaining about eggs on Twitter? For the entire holiday, Darren didn't see a single egg. I went to a Nook Mile Island today in search for resources, but I accidentally came across a rubbish island. You couldn't catch any fish on this island. You could only catch things like tires, old boots, eggs. And after fishing up 10 or so of these items, I ended up getting a bunch new DIYs. This was such a cool surprise, but I wish they applied this to other areas in the game, like if you collect 10 seashells, you unlock a new seashell recipe. Funnily enough, on that day, I attempted just that, and I didn't unlock any new shell DIYs, but my next DIY bottle was for a shell arch, so I guess it kinda worked. After getting that shell arch, I decided to build up this little cove, which I built a tiny bit down from my house across the beach, and it's cool and all.
Why am I the
Things
only
like
one
this
that's
happen.
super bad at decorating my
Week
island?
bunny, day egg. So the fishing tourney happened and I was still catching eggs. You can actually tell if it's an egg because each fish size has a different amount of HD rumble. You hear that? That's physical disappointment. And the day after the fishing tourney, we said goodbye to the cherry blossoms and hello to Bunny Day. Bunnies don't even lay eggs, what the fuck? Week, day... I wasn't really happy with how my town area was, so I decided to lift everything up, literally, and have a ground floor dedicated to the shop, and the first floor dedicated to the tailors. I also figured out this neat trick where you can turn a climbing wall to just a wall. If you place a climbing wall so the back's facing the front, it's actually a really good alternative to multi-level fencing. So since getting terrain tools, I've made so many changes to my island. I've renovated the market, made this cool secret passageway down to my house, it's not much of a secret. I've made my beach cave, I've made this area to rave, I've even made a public lavatory. However, I've realized that doing that, I've been completely neglecting my villagers. I even got the mouse and the horse to move out and replace with 2 of my favorite villagers ever, Tangy and Wolfgang, and I've spoken to each of them like twice. I can't wait to retire and just play Animal Crossing instead of playing Animal Crossing. It's been almost 2 months now since the game came out and I feel like I'm going crazy because I still can't figure out how to get purple pansies. And after playing for this long, I'm starting to get into a groove. Turn on the game, skip what Isabel's saying. Oh, she saw something cool on TV? Nice! Dig up all the fossils and then check the beach for a DIY recipe. Geez, I wish the DIY mechanic was like a thing in real life, you know, like a website we could all go to and learn from each other and share our skills. Alright guys, let's be honest. Are we doing anything in quarantine except for playing Animal Crossing? No. Is it bad? Maybe. I'm not sure of the effects in the long term. Learning something new and being creative just for the sake of being creative is a seriously underappreciated skill, especially in the times we're living in right now. And Skillshare is probably the perfect way to fulfill that urge. An online learning community with thousands of classes to...
Okay, so... my video is not sponsored by Skillshare, so I'm gonna skip that.
I'd be able to distract myself from that feeling by exploring where I live or hanging out with friends or making new friends, but I can't do any of that because everyone is also sad and stuck in their house, which makes it feel like my life hasn't changed at all, except I have to pay rent, so that's fun. But I think all of this makes New Horizons come out at a perfect time, because while I'm excited that I'm in a new place and to do all of those things, I know I have to be patient in these times and wait, and I couldn't ask for any better distraction than a new Animal Crossing game. You can play hide and seek, catch bugs and fish, and toy museum with friends, or hang out with your neighbors. Thanks Nook Inc. for the best island getaway package I could ask for. Except letting Hippo arrive in my town.
Okay, that's gonna be the end of the video, so that's gonna be the end of the video for me. Bye. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye.